I'm going to share with you some top tips for designing your SharePoint pages using the new functionality that's just been released. We're going to start off by looking at a few examples of some nice looking SharePoint pages and breaking down the different components. Then we're going to look at creating a page completely from scratch, and I'm going to show you my design tips along the way during the step-by-step of creating a new SharePoint page design. My name's Dougie Wood, and I'm a Microsoft MVP. I've been working with SharePoint for the past 20 years, building out intranet solutions for customers all over the world. So if you need professional help setting up your SharePoint, there's a link in the description below to contact me to book a free 1-hour consultation. So let's start off by looking at a few examples. So this is one of my examples I refer to as the bank. It's very corporate looking, but it has a nice kind of slider across the top up here. Now, actually, if I was to go into edit mode, you'll see that this slider is actually just basically the hero web part. So by default, every SharePoint site, when you first create it, usually has this hero web part across the top. But you can change its layout. You might recognize it if I was to change it to look like this. This is just the hero web part, but you can change it into a carousel as well, which gives it a much nicer kind of look and feel as part of this page design. On the right-hand side, you can see I'm also using this section. Now, I quite like using this sort of secondary content section on an intranet homepage, as it kind of just breaks out that content a little bit more. We've got news, so we could have things like my news, which is maybe targeted to me based on audience targeting of where I am in the world or what departments I work in the organization. Maybe there's a general kind of news section, got recent documents, as well as some other kind of call to actions further down, like watching little videos or company events, things like that. But this is just one type of layout. Here's another type of layout. Again, I'm using the kind of secondary on the right hand side, but this time I'm using a slightly different web part across the top up here. So this web part actually isn't the hero web part. It's actually a news web part, but again, we can change the news web part to have slightly different layouts depending on what it is that we're trying to achieve. But actually, you could have it as a carousel. So you could either have it as a carousel or as something like a hub news type of layout. But it's a totally different type of functionality. This is pulling through news items, whereas the hero is more navigational kind of links. But again, this is just an example of what you could have at the top of a page. On the right-hand side, we're using the quick links, but this time we're actually using it to say, almost like an FAQ, how do I find the performance review, take a leave of absence, and then clicking on those could load up other applications. We've then got call to actions further down, so we've got things like vision and values, career information, benefits. We can even embed in things like Canvas apps. So, for example, like an expense request process could actually be embedded directly into SharePoint via a Power App. We've also got our news sections down here. Again, this is exactly the same news web part that we saw at the top. It's just displayed slightly differently. And maybe we're pulling through different types of news. We can use quick link web parts for things like topics. So maybe there's content specific to managers. We can pull through recent documents and kind of links to other topics that people might find useful. Again, on this, we're using this kind of lighthouse. So this is a design I refer to as lighthouse. It's a lot more functional, so it's less about the kind of news sliders, things like that. It's a lot more about navigation, about jumping to key things. Again, this time the useful links is a lot more traditional in the sense that we're not using kind of FAQ style. It's just buttons that are going straight to it. But every organization is different. The way that they want to approach things is slightly different. The layouts, designs are obviously going to be unique to you. We've got slightly less news here. So again, this is more functional. This intranet type of layout, this page design would lend itself more to an organization which doesn't really have a lot of news items they want to create. We've got these quick charts here. Again, we could maybe jump directly to the full dashboards, but there's some high-level summaries of like our recent sales and support calls, things like that, which are nicely displayed here. Now, if we wanted to create a brand new page, we can click the new button across the top. And now what I would typically see pages created for, things like maybe like almost like an about us type of thing, how we work, who we are, who's our senior leadership team, things like that. So let's maybe create something about how we work. So under new, I'm going to click on the page option. Now you can see there's loads of new page templates which have come from Microsoft, loads here. One's around topics, training, product news, all sorts of different things. So I really advise you go and take a look at some of these, play around with them, and if anything, it gives you a good understanding of the types of things you can now achieve using some of these new functionalities when it comes to page designs, things like flexible sections and things like that we'll look at in a second. But actually, I'm just going to create completely from blank at this point, just so I can show you how a page comes together. Now, this is just a blank page. Pages are made up of what they call sections, and you can interchange the sections, and you can make it look and feel however you like. So across the top, we've got this full width section as a default, but we can just get rid of that if we wanted to. If we don't like that, we can just delete it and completely remove it if we wanted to. Again, we can add in whatever types of sections we like. So we could click a new section here, and you can see we've got loads of different types of sections that we could add in. The new type of section is called a flexible layout. Now, this will be better demonstrated in a second once I've got a bit of content on the page. But essentially, you can drag and drop web parts in SharePoint now anywhere within this section. We can add some columned sections. So this is where web parts will respect the zone that they're in. So we've got 1 column, 2 column, 3 columns. So for example, here's a 2 column. So we can add content to 2 columns, 3 columns, obviously adding in content into 3 separate columns, and so forth. We've got 1/3 left where the column on the left is slightly smaller, and 1/3 right where the column on the right is slightly smaller. We've got a full width section, which is basically where it's just going to go from left to right, and you don't have any kind of buffer area on either side. And we've got the vertical section, which is how you achieve that kind of if I just get rid of this section here, this is how you achieve that kind of secondary content area on the right hand side, which is very common on a lot of intranet homepages. Whereas for a page like this, where we're having something like an about us, maybe we don't necessarily need that. There's not going to be a lot of follow-up links. It's just going to be content that we have on the page. Now, I'm just going to remove some of these kind of sections because I'm not going to need all of these sections. But let's look at adding some content. So on the right-hand side here, you can see we have what they call web parts. Now, this is how we add things like text, image, quick links, things like that to the page. So by simply selecting text, it'll add a text web part. You can see I can add in, this is some text, just by typing directly into the box. I could add an image to the page simply by just selecting the image web part and then either selecting a recent image, or there's actually a stock image library that's built into SharePoint. Now, you can search this based on color. So say, for example, if your brand was an orange color or a blue color, you could find imagery which is actually using that color within it. Or you could look for something that's contextual, like pictures of people in an office, or maybe pictures of people in a, help if I could spell, warehouse, for example. So it's then going to be contextualized to whatever it is that you're searching for. Then simply by selecting on an image, click on insert, that inserts it into the page. Now, just to show you, this is a 3-column section, whereas, let's say, for example, if we were to add in a flexible section, you can see these web parts, they respect the zones that they're in when they're in a columned section layout. Whereas when you put them inside of a flexible area, you can move them wherever you want. You can see this kind of grid appears, but you can literally move them wherever you like. Even overlay web parts over the top of other web parts and things like that. So if you're looking for a lot more advanced kind of designs and layouts, you would need to use that flexible layout, which basically means you can achieve almost anything, really. Whereas if you're quite new to SharePoint, I would suggest probably best to stick with some of these kind of column layouts, because it just means then everything respects the area it's in. You can't get any overlaps. You make sure you've got enough space between things. It just really helps that kind of page design get off the ground a lot quicker. Further down the right-hand side, we also have what's now known as section templates. Now, this is a fantastic way of seeing different types of page designs, layouts, and things like that, and it gets you off the ground really quickly. So if I just remove some of these sections, let's add in a few sections here. Now, by clicking on See All Section Templates, we can see all the different ones that Microsoft have already created for us that we can simply add onto a page. Now, let's say, for example, if this was going to be like an About Us type of page, or how we work type of thing, maybe we might want to start off with a nice looking sort of top header. So let's select this one. Maybe we change out the background image to an actual picture of say our CEO, for example. Maybe we change the title to something like How We Work or How We Deliver Projects, for example. Maybe break that down onto a couple of different lines, something like that. And again, we would change obviously the names of the people, the text, things like that. And all of this, as I say, is just we can drag and drop this anywhere. So if we don't like where this sits, we can scooch it around a little bit. We can change sizes of things. We can change colors using very similar kind of functionality to what is available inside of other Microsoft products like Word and PowerPoint. So again, we can change. I'm not going to go through all of these, but if you wanted bullet points, changing colors, all that sort of stuff, that's all nice and easier to achieve in your design as well. So looking further down, maybe we want to show a project timeline. So this is a really nice visual way of showing a kind of project timeline like this. So initial user research, create a prototype, whatever it may be. As a quick reminder, I do offer professional services to help you with SharePoint. So if you need any help, there's a link in the description below to contact me. There's a few other kind of layouts as well, which kind of sit nicely with this. So further down, there's actually quite a nice timeline. So maybe this is what we use for our timeline. So we could say, maybe call this our typical project. So starting off, this is where it kind of fits. Maybe start conceptually, prototyping, things like that. But then we can add in more information. So maybe like how we work. So maybe a bit about kind of our values. So how we're working on our typical values of belonging, integrity, learning, innovation. Obviously, you can just change these to be whatever it is. Say, for example, some people I've seen in the past before, their values being like excellence. So it's nice and simple to change all of this. Our values. I'm building this out nice and simple, an easy kind of design way. Of course, we can still add in our own web parts. So if there was anything that was missing from these kind of templates, we can obviously add in our own web parts at any time. So say, for example, if I did want to have some like quick links or useful links or something like that, maybe I'll add in a new section here. So one column. And again, we can add in all sorts of web parts. So there's loads of different types of web parts that you can now add into SharePoint. So say text, lists, things like that. But we also have the ability to embed videos from inside of Microsoft 365, YouTube videos, and so much more. I don't have time to go through all of these different things, but I'll just have a little play around with them in your own time. I'm going to add in some quick links here. So this might be, rather than, I don't really like the word quick links, but maybe useful links. So this might be related to projects. So maybe linking to your project folder area, maybe some templates for things. So again, really easy to add in new links. We just click on this add link button here. And obviously you'd paste in real links to wherever it is that you were going. But for now, I'm just going to paste in, well, I'm just actually going to select from this site. Maybe I'm linking to the documents library. So maybe I'm saying this is our project documents, for example. Let's add in a couple more links. So I'm just going to link actually to the homepage for now. But obviously these would be real links in real life. It's really simple as well. We can change the title and we can change the icons as well. So maybe this is linking to the About company page, About Us. Maybe this links to the leadership page. Maybe this links to templates, whatever it may be. And again, it's really simple just to change the icon. So we can click on library, click on change, and then we can basically select whatever kind of icons that we like. And I'm just going to pause the video whilst I just select a few of those. And there we go. We can also change the look and feel of the web part itself. So by clicking on edit properties, if we wanted this to be slightly larger, maybe like a grid view, buttons, or even like this kind of film strip kind of view, there's loads of different ways that we can kind of sort of change this if we wanted to. Once we're happy with the page, all we need to do is click on the publish button across the top. In fact, actually, I've not given it a name yet. So I'm going to say how we work and click on publish. This is then going to mean that everybody that has access to this SharePoint site will now be able to see this. We can also see we can do a few things to get people aware of this. So we can click on add page to navigation, so we can automatically get to it from anywhere else on the site. We can post as a news on this site. So if it's something new that we want people to be aware of, we can make it into a news page. So we can post it into our news feed so people can see it. We can share the page. We can copy a link. We can send an email. We can even post it into Viva Engage if you're using this as part of your employee engagement. And we can also save it as a page template. So if you really like this design and you're going to reuse it, you can click on Save as Page Template and you can reuse this design later. If you found this video useful, check out the video on screen as I think you'll find it really helpful. Of course, please like this video and subscribe for more SharePoint content. And if you have any questions at all, you can use the comments feed below.